Welcome to another weekly Maven Flow. Tonight's class is all about upper body, like a lot of upper body. I just shoveled for an hour, so let's hope I still have some upper body left. Regardless, we're still gonna do it. Let's start tonight in garland squat. So come to the top of your mat. Bring your feet about as wide as your mat, maybe a little wider. Toes out at a 45-degree angle. Bend your knees, sit your hips down. Then bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. Bring your palms to touch. Use that connection to bring your knees out wider and lift your chest up. Really try and focus on a straight spine here. Even if you have to lift your hips up a little higher, find that place where it feels the most comfortable, and let's start that breathing. Deep inhale through your nose. Loud exhale out your mouth. Again, inhale through your nose. Exhale out. One more inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Keep this breathing in and out through your nose. Then let's start to build a little movement with that breath. Inhale, drop your right hand down to the mat. Exhale, twist your left arm up. Then inhale, drop your left hand. Exhale, twist your right arm up. Inhale, drop your right hand. Exhale, straighten your legs. Then inhale, re-bend your knees. Exhale, twist your left arm up. Inhale, drop your left hand. Exhale, twist your right arm up. Inhale, drop your hand. Exhale, straighten your legs. Just start to take this little mini flow with your breath, really focusing on connecting breath with movement. The next time you come through that forward fold, stay there. Perhaps start to walk your toes in so that your feet are about hip distance apart. You can hang heavy, clasp opposite elbows if that feels good. You could even sway side to side, start to get some length in your spine. Then if you clasp your elbows, release them. Bring a slight bend to your knees, and on an inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Head and shoulders are the last to come up. Once you get there, bring your hands out around and up overhead. This is where we're going to start our first free flow. Take a deep inhale, lengthen up. Then exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down, bring your hands in front of you, twist your right arm behind you, gazing towards your right fingertips. Twisted chair pose. Then inhale, come all the way to stand, straighten everything. Exhale, bend your knees. This time, twist your left arm behind you, gazing towards your left fingertips. Twisted fierce pose on this side. Inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Exhale, bend your knees again, hips down. This time, arms behind you, palms down towards the mat. You have an option here to lift your heels off the ground for drinking bird. Then inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, leading with your chest. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, look forward. Then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. Pick up your right hand, tap your left shoulder. Then do the opposite. Tap your right shoulder with your left hand. Just take these shoulder taps side to side. Then come back to plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, press into your palm. Lift your chest up for cobra. Exhale back down to your belly. Inhale to your hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. So that's our whole free flow. We'll go through this a couple more times. Try and smooth it out a little more. One breath, one movement. But as you flow through it, really see if those postures are what your body needs today. You know that you have the space here to change it up if it's not what you need. On an inhale, step to the top of your mat. When you get there, lengthen up halfway, look forward. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Hands up overhead. Then exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips down and twist to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, sit down and twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend your knees, arms behind you. Optional, lift your heels up for drinking bird. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, look forward. Then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. You're back to those shoulder taps. Know that you can take as many of these as you want in your flow. In fact, you could get rid of them all together. For now, come back to plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, press into your palms. Look up. Exhale back down to your belly. Inhale to your hands and knees. Exhale, tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. On an inhale, step hopper, float to the top of your mat. When you get there, lengthen up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Then exhale, sit down and twist to one side. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale, center. Exhale, sit down one more time. Optional, lift those heels. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen up halfway. Then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. You're back to those shoulder taps. Remember, as many as you'd like. This first free flow track's about to come in, and this is your chance. Warm up your body, connect with your body, see what it wants. Perhaps it's not what's just been laid out, and that's totally okay. Take what you like, leave what you don't. I'll see you on the other side. You're a heavenly creature with a real dark agenda. You're gonna believe her to a damn dirty sinner. And my heaven is
the bright light, body getting cold. There's something about your touch that I can't leave alone. Casanova, fuck me over, left me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of. Casanova, fuck me over, left me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of. I'm here lying on the bed of your tongue. My heart listens to the sound of your war drum, steady tiptoeing to your neck of the woods. I feel danger on your lips, but it tastes good. You're a heavenly creature with a real dark agenda. You could turn a believer to a damn dirty sinner. Am I having a seizure? 'Cause I'm shaking up the fear, but I know that you're no Casanova. Got to let you go. Hit me on my blind side, left me on the floor. Now I can see a bright light, body getting cold. There's something about your touch that I can't leave alone. Casanova, fuck me over, left me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of. Casanova, fuck me over, left me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of.
This is your last minute of free flow in your first track. So if you haven't added in something that's yours, now is the time.
Casanova, got to let you go. Hit me on the blind side, left me on the floor. Now I can see the bright light, body getting cold. There's something about your touch that I can't leave alone. Casanova, fuck me over, let me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of. Casanova, fuck me over, let me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of. Casanova, fuck me over, let me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of. Casanova, fuck me over, let me dying for your love. Casanova, now you're all I'm thinking of. Casanova, fuck me over, now you're all I'm thinking of.
Start to finish up your free flow. Finish out your sides, finish out the motion that you're in, and when you're ready, one of three places: down dog, plank pose, or child's pose. Once you get there, come back to your breath. Chances are that you could have lost that breathing in and out through your nose in a flow. I know it happens to me. But now's your time to regain it, come back to it, and get ready for our last and final free flow. In your next few breaths, flow your way to downward facing dog. As always, you can move around, pedal your feet out, shake your head yes or no. You never have to stay still in this class until, of course, like the very end when that is the focus, but now it's not. Here you're really just getting used to what your body wants today, and that's what these free flows are all about. Checking in, seeing what you need, and moving your own way. So let's build a foundation. Inhale, lift your right leg up. You can bend your knee, circle your ankle, circle your knee, whatever feels good. Then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. Make sure ankle and knee are stacked on top of each other. Swivel your back heel down, leading with your left arm, bring it forward, up, and all the way back to your back leg. Right arm up, right leg straight, inverted triangle. You guys know this, it can be a back bend or a side bend depending on the orientation of your chest. Really do focus in on your feet, Make sure you're still pressing down into the mat like you're pressing the mat away. Then exhale, bend your front knee, cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot. Bring your back knee to touch the back of your right knee, calf, ankle, and twist your right arm behind you and up. So this is a twisted version of a Shiva squat. We're really going to focus on shoulder circles for the next few postures. So on an inhale, finish the circle, bring your right hand forward and down, and then lift your left arm and left leg up into half moon. Here, really focus on pressing down on your standing foot, bringing your left hip on top of your right, flex your left toes, and keep your gaze down to the mat since we're doing this in a flow. If you wobble or fall in this posture, you can quite literally fall into your next posture. So again, finish the circle, bring your left hand forward and down, bend both knees deeply, again, come back to a Shiva squat. This time, no twist, just a traditional Shiva squat. You can play around with maybe floating one of your hands, both of them if you would like. Then inhale, step your left foot back, swivel your back heel down, and then walk along the long edge of your mat, bending your left knee, straightening your right. Remember your placement with your hands anywhere from down on the mat to floating in those postures in between. Then on an exhale, change sides. Bend your right knee, straighten your left. Half squat on this side. Really looking for a stretcher sensation on the inside of your left thigh. You might also feel this in your ankle or your foot on your right, and that's totally okay. That's just the place that's more tight than any other place in your body. Then inhale, crawl forward, low lunge over your left leg. Step your left foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down halfway this time, look forward. Inhale, roll over your toes, straighten your arms, lift your chest up. Exhale, roll back over your toes, hips up, downward facing dog. Let's do all of that on your left side. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Again, bend your knee, circle your ankle. Then exhale, step it in between your hands. Swivel your back heel down in a big circle motion with your right arm all the way back to your back leg. Left arm up, left leg straight, back to inverted triangle. Know that this side might need something different than your other side. And that's why we do free flow, so that you can do the thing that your body needs. This is never Simon Says. Exhale, bend your front knee deeply. Cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot. Bring your right knee to touch the back of your left knee, calf, ankle, and twist your left arm behind you and up. For a twisted Shiva squat. Here comes those shoulder circles. Finish the circle, bring your left hand forward and down. Raise your right arm and right leg up into half moon. Again, bring your right hip on top of your left. Flex your right toes. Turn your chest off to the side of your mat. And again, finish your circle. Right hand forward and down this time. Bend both knees deeply back to traditional Shiva squat. Inhale, step your right foot back, swivel your back heel down, and bend your right knee deeply, half squat. Back to that transition from side to side. Then exhale, change sides. Inhale, crawl to a low lunge over your right leg. Step your right foot back, plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, straighten your arms. Lift your chest up. Exhale, roll back your toes. Hips up. Downward facing dog. Now let's go through this one more time, a little more. One breath, one movement, so you can start to feel the flow. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands. Swivel your back heel down. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Everything straight, inverted triangle. Exhale, bend your front knee. Shiva squat, get low, and twist your right arm behind you and up. Finish that circle, bring your right hand forward and down. Lift your left arm and left leg up into half moon. Then exhale, bend everything deeply back to traditional Shiva squat. Inhale, step your left foot back, bend your left knee, half squat. Then exhale, change sides. As this final free flow track starts to come in, really make it your own. If you scrap the whole flow and come up with something on your own, all the better. Remember, this is your time. You get to spend it the way you want. Have a little fun, smile, and try and get a little sweaty by the end of the song.
Down my best to stay away, but I think I'm going crazy. You and I, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about you and I. We don't ever talk about it. Put in my head, oh, you say you still want it. That you're done with being lonely now. It's you and I, you and I, you and I, underneath the flicker lights, when I shut my eyes, you seem closer. Dancing to keep the tears away, get this heavy weight off my shoulder. Every stranger I pretended I knew, been at home, you never touched like you do. Done my best to stay away, but I think I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. You and I, you don't wanna talk about it. You don't wanna talk about you and I. We don't ever talk about it. Put in my head, oh, you say you still want it. That you're done with being lonely now. It's you and I, you and I, you and I,
Start to finish up your last free flow. We will meet in plank pose, top of your mat. Focus on the stack, wrists over shoulders. Know that you can always do plank from your toes or from your knees. Both are correct. And then from here, we're going to start to do a little bit of an ab flow with upper body. So from plank pose, on an inhale, step to the top of your mat. Then inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step your feet back, plank pose. That's option number one. If you'd like another option, on an inhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Then inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, place your hands on the mat, jump your feet back. So you can either step to the top of your mat or jump, but see if you can start to speed each one of these up just a little faster, get a little more fluid in this, and really start to get that heart rate up.
I don't have the time, never found a way. Every time I'm close, I try to escape. Always on my mind, always in my face. Kissing down God, trying to keep it together. Looking for something better. I can't do this forever. Maybe it's now or never. Something I should tell you. Something you should know. This is just a feeling.
Well done. I don't know if you caught on to that sneakiness, but that was basically a burpee, just a yoga version of it. Come back to plank pose. This time bring your hands out wide, probably off your mat, like you're going to do a wide push-up, because we are. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale, straighten. Remember, you can do these from your knees, but you have less than 30 seconds. Just get as many push-ups in as possible.
This is just a feeling.
Then bring your hands back in so they're stacked over your shoulders. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands. So your back heel down. Come all the way to stand, hands by your side. This is your little break. Bring your feet so they're parallel to each other. Check in. You want about at least one of your leg lengths between your feet, if not wider. Bring your feet out to a 45-degree angle. Arms up to a T, palms down. Bend your knees deeply. Now we still have some upper body to do. This is going to be less strength and more small muscle groups. So take your hands, make C's with them, kind of like Lego people, or like you're holding onto a can. Take an inhale here, exhale, dump the can forward, then exhale, dump it behind you. Inhale, dump it forward, exhale, dump it behind you. Just start to take these shoulder mobilities. They're gonna get a little burning. Maybe not initially, but with time.
Can't avoid the consequence, so don't get upset. 'Cause all you ever wanna do is take all my clothes off. Watch me make you promises I can regret. You could convince me to tie my hair back, relive the years I've left behind. You could convince me to stay up all night with you.
All right, come back to arms to a T. See if you can sink your hips down lower. Another thing to do here, Bend your elbows, kind of make a field goal with your hands, cactus them. Take an inhale here, exhale, reverse the cactus, hands down. Keep those biceps parallel. Inhale, lift your hands up. Exhale, rotate them down. Inhale up, exhale down. Just start to take these on your own breath.
Stay here. Stay here. Stay here.
Come back, arms to a T here. This time, you can keep your arms here. If they're getting really tired, you can bring your palms to touch in front of your chest. But from here, lift your right heel up, then lift your left heel up. See if you can sink your hips down lower. We're just gonna hold this until the end of the song. If you get out of it, totally cool. Get back into it one more time.
Dressed in time, all out of time. Take me to the fucking roof. Needing, give me just a little truth. Leave me under, dressed in time, all out of time. Take me to a different view. Changing, all I ever wanna do is stay.
Fantastic job. Come all the way to stand. Straighten those legs. Arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. From here, turn to a low lunge over your right leg. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Inhale, come all the way to stand. Then exhale, bring your arms out to a T again. This time, start to bear a lot of weight onto your right foot until you can lift your left knee up into your chest. Bring your left knee on top of your right knee. Bend your standing knees deeply. Right elbow underneath your left elbow. Bring your forearms to touch. Here, you really want to try and bring your elbows up so your biceps are parallel to the ground. You did a lot of upper body. This should feel like a really good stretch in your shoulders and upper back. Sink your hips down lower. Find a place that is not moving. Settle in and know that if it's hard, that's just you getting stronger.
Eventually you'll crack and remember there's no need for siphoning some reason from a dissipating line we drew. Stand up straighter with my back against the wall. Keep me still and wondering just why we falter. Don't you wanna say?
Inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Then exhale, bring your arms to a T. Start to bear a lot of weight onto your left leg until you can start to lift your right knee up into your chest. Then bring your right knee on top of your left knee. Sink your hips down, left elbow underneath your right elbow. Again, bring your elbows up. Feel that stretch in your upper body. Here's your helpful hint. The deeper you bend that standing knee, the easier it is to bounce. Your center of gravity is lower. The only thing you have to do, use your muscles a little more. Know this is your last big push, so give it all that you got.
Just why we falter. Don't you wanna stay here? Or do you wanna face me? Don't you wanna lay here? Or would you rather do it?
Inhale, come all the way to stand, hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, sit your hips down, come all the way down on your back, hug your knees into your chest. From here, bring your heels down to the mat. Make sure heels and hips are close to one another and that your feet are parallel. Arms down long, palms down. Inhale, start to lift your hips up one vertebrae at a time. You can stay here. You could also interlace your fingers behind you, roll your shoulder blades underneath you. Remember, your breath is the most important here. Smooth inhales and exhales through your nose. Exhale ever so slowly. Lower your hips down one vertebrae at a time. That was bridge pose. You can stay there for the rest of your back bends. You could try something else if you're feeling into it. Remember, keep your practice wherever your breath is at. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Bend your elbows. Place your palms behind you, fingertips pointing towards you. Then everybody, inhale, lift your hips up. If you have your hands behind you, you can bring the crown of your head to the mat. You can also extend your arms long. Come to your breath, in and out, through your nose. Then exhale, lower down, one vertebrae at a time. As always, you have one more back bend to do, and this one is your choice. Whichever one felt best in your body, go back to it and see if you can hold it for about 10 breaths, slowing your breathing down.
Like the idea of providence. No, I can't see straight with my head through the table. Though I like the idea of confidence, pulling like a thread, you unraveled in my head. I'm in love with control. I'm in love with control. I'm in love with control. Control. I love with control. I love with control. Oh, my greetings are dying wishes to get close.
When you're done with those 10 breaths, ever so slowly, lower your hips down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest and just start to rock a little bit side to side, getting a massage on your lower spine. Then turn that rocking motion into a forward and back. Massage from your shoulders all the way to the base. And eventually use that motion to come all the way up to a seat. Cross your ankles. Plant your hands in front of you. Step your knees back, coming to your hands and your knees. And then gently tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Really try and slow things down here. It even means slowing down your transitions. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, gently step it in between your hands. Start to heel toe your right foot off to the left so you can bring your shin, your knee down to the mat. Find that place between ease and challenge. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. See if you can find a place to rest your head, whether that's on stacked fists or your forearms. Certainly close your eyes. Focus inward. Notice that part of your body where you feel the sensation. And perhaps bring your breathing right to that spot, letting each exhale loosen it up, release some tension.
All my dreaming's just a conversation with myself. All my feelings just a ghost that I imagine in my head. Caught up in a bad dream. Our bodies acting out the sea. And you said you'd entertain me if I could be your everything. And you could be the death of me. And you could be the death of me. And you could be the death of me. And you could be the death of me.
Before you move, take a deep inhale through your nose. Loud sigh out your mouth. Slowly start to exit. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes behind you. Lift your hips up. Downward facing dog. You can always move or wiggle your right leg. And eventually come back to down dog. See if you can notice the difference just with that one posture between your left and right leg. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, place it in between your hands. Start to heel toe your foot off to the right. Drop your shin and your knee down to the ground. Once you find your place that you can settle into and breathe through, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. Get straight into stillness. Really resist the urge to move or fidget around. Settle in. Focus on your breath, the beat, or the lyrics.
All this talk makes it worse when I can't even say how you mistreat me. 'Cause I waste my time on you, fuck up my life for you, and you wouldn't look back for me, no, not once. I'd hit rewind for you, play it back 1,000 times for you, and you wouldn't look back for me, better. I waste my youth on you. And you never look back for me. And you never look back for me. And you never look back for me. Used to show up at your door at 3, 4 in the morning. Whenever you'd call to tell me that your honey lost his sleep. It's a small price to pay for some quick relief to numb the wires in my brain. Yeah, we can call it even, say we're both the same. But darling, you're a man and I'm too wide to think. You taught me how to need you, now you know I do. So I wait up and then I waste my youth on you. I waste my time on you, fuck up my life for you, and you wouldn't look back for me. No, not once. I'd hit rewind for you, play it back 1,000 times for you, and you wouldn't look back for me. Better hours. I'll waste my youth on you. And you never look back for me. And you never look back for me.
Again, deep inhale through your nose. Loud sigh out. Slowly start to exit. Lift into your final down dog of class. Remember, you can move that left leg around. Then drop your knees. Cross your ankles behind you. Extend your legs long in front of you. Bring your heels out wide. You can bring a couple feet in between. You can bring several feet in between. Does not matter. You also do not have to keep your legs straight. If it feels better to bring a slight bend to them, do that. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Try and bring your chin in towards your chest. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Really focus on your breath, the beat, the lyrics. Settle it.
You've got your new fix. When I talk to my crucifix, it's the closest to prayer I'll get. Throw you a line, saying you're not yourself. You pray to someone else, so it's not true. I lose this time, 'cause I'll take the blame for you, whatever that means. To take it away for you, whatever it takes, to bring you back to where you were before the break. I'll take the blame. You walk away, I'll take the blame with no hesitations, taking it on and drinking you down and letting you go. Though it's all changed, so I'm not yours anymore. Still take the blame for you, whatever that means. To take it away for you, whatever it
can keep your eyes closed, slowly roll up. Bring your legs back together. Bend your knees, roll down on your back, hug your knees in. And extend your right leg long onto the mat. Left arm out to a T, palm down. Take a deep inhale. Then exhale, twist off to the right. If it feels good on your neck, you can turn off to the left. Keep your eyes closed. Really focus on making your body as heavy and relaxed as possible.
I'll stay up for you. I'll wait outside your door. I'm not what I was. You're not who you were before. I'll settle for you, even when you make it hard. 'Cause when I'm coming close, I can't help myself. So I'll ever for you. You're what I've needed. Keep me raptured by your quiet. Leave me drowning in amnesia.
Inhale, roll back through center. Hug both knees into your chest. This time, extend your left leg long on your mat. Bring your right arm out to a T, palm down. Inhale here, then exhale, twist off to the left. Turn your chin off to the right if it feels good, and let go of any tension left in your body.
I'll settle for you. I'll be what you want. This taste in your mouth you can't wash out. Love, I'll be better if you show me how. 'Cause I can't stand this place that I'm living, but I can't get out.
Inhale, bringing both knees back through center. Hug them in one last time. Know that you can do any last finishing up postures when you're ready. Your place of rest, whether that's lying on your back, lying on your side, or lying on your belly. Let go of your breath. Just bask in the fact that you did some hard work. It's over and you're stronger because of it. Start to come back to your breath. Perhaps add some movement back into your body, swaying your head side to side, wiggling fingertips or toes. Then extend your arms long overhead. Get a stretch from toes to fingers. Then bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Knees out wide. Left hand to your heart. Right hand to your belly. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. Loud sigh out your mouth. Again, inhale. Hold it at the top. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. As with any practice, go slow getting up. No need to jump straight back into whatever you were doing. Take those moments. Remember, transitions are important, and that means from your practice into your life as well. And I will see you next time.